And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez. I'll be your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. I'm joined by General Manager Mark Cavala. This evening as the Game 3 for Haysville Aviators versus your Newton Rebels. Here's the starting lineups. First of all, for the Haysville Aviators, leading off and playing center field will be number 1, Brady Wallace. Batting second, the DH, number 3, Cole Lee. Batting third and playing first base, number 32, Jordan Larson. Batting fourth and playing second base, number 23, Romy Martinez. Batting fifth and playing left field will be number 14, Keaton Candor. Batting sixth and catching, number 28, Matt Bond. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 24, Dylan Golden. Batting eighth and playing right field will be number 6, Bailey Amble. Batting ninth and playing shortstop will be number 13, Chase Thinger. And pitching will be number 2, Andrew Bond. The Newton Rebels took 2 games last night from the Haysville Aviators as they won 3-2 in the first game and 8-2 in the second game. That takes the Newton Rebels record to 11-19. Now for the season. Well, we got some news here this afternoon. Looks like the Newton Rebels will not be eligible to make the NBC World Series this year, as the brackets were put out this afternoon by the NBC crew.
Right, yeah, and that was something that we kind of figured would happen, and, it's just one of those deals that, we'll just have to get better, and maybe we can put it together next year and have a good run at it.
Well, there is 3 teams from the Sunflower Collegiate League that have made the NBC World Series. The teams that are participating this year will be the Santa Barbara, California Foresters, the Rose Hill, Kansas Sluggers, Denver, Colorado Cougars, the Liberal, Kansas BJs, the Houston, Texas Express, and the Hutchinson, Kansas Monarchs. Lone Star Texas Baseball Club, the Houston, Texas MVP Prospects, the Hayes, Kansas Larks, the Kansas City All-Stars, the Colorado Cyclones, the Hattiesburg Black Sox, that's Mississippi Black Sox, and then the Cheney, Kansas Diamond Dogs. So those are the 13 teams that will be in the running for the 86th Annual NBC World Series.
And if you look, Cheney has the number one seed, and Santa Barbara in the other bracket, the number 2. And the other teams in our league, which Hutchinson and the Sluggers, they're in the other bracket also.
So now we have the starting lineups for the Newton Rebels. Leading off and playing shortstop will be number 2, Jack Sigris. Batting second, the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley. Batting third and playing first base, number 21, Lincoln Andrews. Batting fourth and DHing will be number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventuri. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 23, Joey Martinez. Batting sixth and playing second base will be number 1, Andrew Brotman. Batting seventh and catching, number 15, Hibiki Uchi. Batting eighth and playing left field will be number 5, Aaron Eshelman. Batting ninth and playing center field, number 10, Luke Royal. And pitching for the Newton Rebels will be number 30, Ricky Hockhead.
And now, time for the starting lineup for your
Here we go.
Newton Rebels.
You ready to go?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Got a lot of excitement here in the press box with Jim Bank. Jim Bank's doing our PA, folks, and you might hear him in the background because he does get excited.
So the Newton Rebels are now taking the field. Once again, they have been eliminated from the NBC World Series, but we still have 2 ball games left here this season as they are against the Haysville Aviators. We know that we'll be playing 1 game tonight, and we're not sure yet about the next game. We're still trying to decide exactly when we'll have that game. Hopefully it's tomorrow night. If not, it will be on Thursday due to the fact that we do have some rain that was supposed to be taking place tonight.
Well, I'm just glad to see that, we got the end of the season here, and we got guys that really want to play, and on both sides. Haysville guys want to play, Newton guys want to play, And the thing is, Frank, you don't know the next time they will be playing baseball. We don't know with all the stuff that's going on with the COVID. So go out and enjoy it and play as hard as you can.
And remove your hats with the playing of our national anthem.
We'll pause for our national anthem, and we'll be back with you. All right, we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball. Defensively for the Newton Rebels at first base, we'll have number 21, Andrews. At second base will be number 1, Brotman. At shortstop, number 2, Segrist. At third baseman will be number 55, Riley. Left fielder will be number 5, Eshelman. Center fielder, number 10, Royal. Right fielder, number 23, Martinez. Catching, we have number 15, Uchi. And pitching for the Newton Rebels will be number 30, Ricky Hockett. Hockett on the mound for the Newton Rebels here this evening. And Hockett, go ahead and give us some vitals there for Hockett there, Carv.
Yeah, from Plainville, Kansas, right-hander, 5'10", 185 pounds, and he is a junior from Friends University. And he plays two positions. I mean, he'll play in the outfield, and he also pitches for the Falcons.
So he'll be pitching here this evening. Hockett comes in with a 9.64 ERA. He has pitched in 4 games, has started 4. He has gone 18 2/3 innings, has a total of 7 strikeouts, 5 base on balls, and has given up 34 hits. So we're about ready to get underway. We'll take you out to the field. And the first batter that he will be facing will be the center fielder, number 1, Brady Wallace. Wallace did play in yesterday's game.
Now batting for the Aviators, the center fielder, number 1, Brady Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace actually had 2 pretty good, decent games with
for the Haysville Aviators. He has played in 29 ball games. That one in there for call strike 1. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And just on the ground, he said maybe he wanted to check the hot spot, make sure it's working all right.
Yes, I did. I just restarted it.
Okay, thank you.
Comes in batting 247. He has been up the plate 81 times, has 20 hits, and has scored 15 runs. 2-2 now the count to Brady Wallace. And here's Hockett's pitch. Breaking ball just missing. And Hockett thought he had that one for call strike 3, but that was up high. So that will count will go full now at 3-2. Once again, we welcome you here to Newton Rebels baseball if you're just now joining us. And that one missing low apparently for ball 4. And Ricky Brady Wallace is in with a base on balls.
And you can tell he's pretty frustrated right there, but that's too early to get, you're still trying to figure out the umpire strike zone, and you don't want to show emotion out there like that. So,
well, not only him, but also back behind the home plate there, Hibiki Uchi framed it pretty well for the home plate umpire, but he called it a ball. So there's a hard hit ball to the first baseman. Lincoln Andrews makes the stab and touches first base for a double play, unassisted double play.
Yeah, Cole Lee, he didn't do anything wrong right there. He just hit a line drive.
No, it was just a line shot to Lincoln Andrews, and he was able to make the catch. And like I say, Wallace had already taken off, so it's a double play, unassisted.
Jordan Larson yesterday in the first game, he was 0 for 3, but he had 2 walks in the second game.
That does bring up the first baseman, number 23, Jordan Larson.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Ricky. Just needs to keep that composure and believe in himself that he can find that zone.
Larson comes in batting .239 as there's 2 down. That one missing high for ball 1. 1-1 now the count to Jordan Larson.
Yeah, Larson's from Dodgeville, Wisconsin, a right-hander, 6'2", 220, a senior for Northern Illinois University.
And here's Hockett's pitch. The ball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop Segrist moves to his right. It's going to go to first base for out number 3. So a 6-3 put out for the first out. Correction, third out. And I meant the first put out there by Segrist.
Yes.
And top half the first inning for the Haysville Aviators. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of one half inning play, it's the Aviators 0 and the Newton Rebels coming to bat. We're going to stay right here, Mark, as we're going to thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Miller Insurance Agency, American Family Insurance, Duty Works, Conradi Insurance Group, Boston Insurance, Pouch Enterprise, Realty Connection Store and Stuff, and U-Haul, Roofing Services Unlimited, Shamrock Car Wash, Pate and Paul's Attorneys at Law, Affordable Autos, Remax Associates of Newton, Kansas, the Tim Marler and Family, Carl Hodges, Dr. Brett Wolf's DDS, John and Lori Odom, Newton Rec Commission, Bob Burke, Buy Loco, and Ray Roofing. Also like to thank our host families, Connie Miller, Joe Petlow, Michelle and Brett Kaufman, Robin and Christopher Eshelman and Aaron Eshelman, Tammy Schmidt, Chad and Joni Considine, and Zach Bravo. Once again, we thank all our sponsors and our host families here this evening for all you do for us all season long.
Well, they're special because right now, towards the end of the year, I mean, the players really get a relationship. They get to know the host families, and a lot of them have children, so it's pretty neat to watch how they bonded, and we do appreciate what they bring to the Newton Rebels, because without the host families and sponsors, we wouldn't be here, Frank. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Defensively for the Haysville Aviators at first base, we'll have number 32 Larson. Second baseman will be number 23 Martinez. Shortstop, we have number 13 Thinger. Third base, number 24 Golden. Left fielder will be number 14 Kander. Center fielder will be number 1 Wallace. Right fielder, number 6 Ample. Catching will be number 28 Bond. And pitching for the Haysville Aviators will be number 2 Andrew Bond. Andrew Bond is a 6'2", 295-pounder from the College of Southern Idaho, and he comes from Las Vegas, Nevada. He comes in with no wins and 5 losses, a 7.28 ERA, as he's appeared in 7 games, has started 6, has pitched 29 2/3 innings, has recorded 32 strikeouts, 24 base on balls, and has given up 35 hits. The first pitch to Segrist is swung and missed, so the count goes no balls and 1 strike. So Jack Segrist, the first batter that Bond will be facing.
Yeah, Segrist kind of struggled yesterday. I mean, 0 for 4 on the first game, and then he was 1 for 5 the second.
That pitch in there called strike 2 as that hits the inside corner.
But I still consider him one of the Rebels' top consistent performers for the summer of 2020.
So no balls, 2 strikes, and here's Bond's pitch. That one missing outside as it was a fastball, trying to hit that outside corner. As he misses, then the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Segrist comes in batting .294 as he's appeared in 28 ball games. He's been up to bat 119 times and has 35 hits. Breaking ball hit to the right-hand side. The first baseman is going to go unassisted for out number 1.
Now batting for the Rebels.
That was Larson making the play at first base for the first out. That will bring up the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley.
Yeah, yesterday Nolan was in the 3-hole just because Lincoln Andrews wasn't there yesterday. He had to go out of town. but he had a 1-for-3 game and 4 walks in the second game.
First pitch to Riley is on the outside corner for call strike one.
And one thing about him, Nolan Riley said he knows how to get on base. He knows how to. He has a great eye.
That one, breaking ball misses outside for the count. Goes now 1 ball, 1 strike. Lincoln Riley. Nolan Riley. Now you know he's saying it. Nolan Riley. That one is popped up in the infield. Looks like the third baseman may be making the play. He does. That is Golden making the catch for out number 2.
Now batting for the Rebels.
That will bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews.
Yeah, Lincoln Andrews. We know what he means to this team, and he did all-star performance the other day, Saturday night. He did great. He represented the Rebels well.
So Lincoln Andrews, 6'4", 215 pounders from Southeast Missouri State. His hometown is Cannon City, Colorado. That ball lifted into center field. That's going to be over the center fielder's head as Lincoln Andrews will be in with extra bases. He's going to pull up at second base, and he's in with a double to start off here in the bottom half of the first inning as he records the first hit of the ball game.
And that just shows his strength. He has tremendous strength. He didn't take that big a swing, a big a hack, but he has tremendous backspin that the ball just carries right over center fielder.
So Andrews is on with a double. That brings up the designated hitter, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry.
Yeah, the Boom from Detroit, Michigan, 6 foot, 210 pounds, and he's a junior from Lake Erie College.
Here's Bond's pitch. That one lifted to the right-hand side. That's going to be out of play as the count goes no balls and 1 strike now to Bonventry.
And what's great about Enzo, you look at it, it's kind of happy and sad. This is his third year with the Rebels, and it's been a pleasure to have him with the team.
Bonventry comes in batting .289. That one hits the inside corner for call strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now to Bonventry, with Andrews on at second base and 2 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. Once again, if you're just now joining us, we have no score. That one missing low for ball 1.
Yeah, Enzo is 0 for 2 in the first game with a walk, and then second game he had 2 walks and a single. So he was 1 for 2, but he played good first base.
Yes, that's the first time he's played a position all year long, and he did a decent job there at first base. Here's the pitch. That one lifted to the right field. That may fall in. But no, it doesn't. Right fielder, great job there by the right fielders. I didn't think he was going to be able to get to it. That's Bailey Amble as he comes in, and he comes stumbling in, but he made the catch for out number 3. So a fly out to right field for the third out. And the bottom half of the first inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 1 inning play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the second inning. Leading off for the Haysville Aviators will be the second baseman, number 23, Romy Martinez. He'll be followed by Kander and Bond.
Yeah, I really like this guy, Romy. He's, like I said, I really watched him, especially at the All-Star game, and he put quite a performance yesterday with that home run. He's a battler. Good young man.
That first pitch there by Hockett is called strike one, so the count goes no balls, one strike now to Romy Martinez. As we go to the top half of the second inning with no score here this evening so far. That one missing low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Martinez. And Ricky Hockett ready to go. Fastball is lifted into center field. Center fielder Luke Royal will be getting under it, making the catch for out number 1.
Again, it's good to see Luke Royal. He's another guy that's been playing with the Rebels for a couple of years, and he's been down in Louisiana this summer playing ball, but he came back to Dodge City. So his parents called up, said, hey, I want to play some ball. And we said, hey, Luke, you're welcome. Come on and help us out, and here he is.
That would bring up the left fielder, number 14, Keaton Kander.
There you go, Rick. Way to get ahead. Pump in a strike. Kander from Merle, Iowa. Throws right. He's from 5'11", 220.
Ball hit to the third baseman. Nolan Riley goes to first base for out number 2.
And just to finish, Kander's a junior from Concordia University.
So a 5-3 put out if you're scoring with us at home for the second out. That will bring up the catcher, number 28, Matt Bond.
Now batting for the Aviators, the catcher, number 28, Matt Bond.
I'll tell you, this guy, he's going to need a spa or something. He's been catching about every day, like Grant said, for probably 2.5 weeks or so. But he does a great job. He's from Vegas, Las Vegas, 6 foot 210, a sophomore from Northeastern Junior College. But the way I look at it, Grant, I know he's going to get a break. He'll get a break before school starts. So
the first pitch to Bond is swing and a miss. Swing and a miss there by Bond as the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
Bond, he was 0 for 2 in the first game, and then he was 0 for 4 in the second. But he made pretty good contact. I mean, he can hit the ball.
Matt Bond comes in batting .250 for the Haysville Aviators. And here's the pitch. That one breaking ball misses inside for ball 1. He has been in 23 ball games, has been up to the bat 56 times, has 14 hits, and has scored 6 runs. 1-2 now the count to Matt Bond as Ricky Hockett's ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one lifted to the shortstop. Segrist goes to Andrews at first base for out number 3. So a 6-3 put out for the third out here in the top half of the second inning. For the Haysville Aviators, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 1.5 inning to play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. We have no scores so far. This is Game 3 of a 4-game series between the Haysville Aviators and the Newton Rebels. The Rebels won the first 2 games. The first score was 3-2. The second game was 8-2. And so we are in Game 3. And once again, this game was not scheduled till Wednesday. But with rain coming in today, tomorrow, it did rain last night, and but luckily here today did not rain a whole lot, so we were able to schedule the game for today. And like I say, We don't know what we're going to do tomorrow yet, but Coach Clark was saying something about he wants to get these games over as soon as possible due to the fact that we may have more rain coming in on Wednesday and Thursday.
Right. I know Grant over here with the Aviators. He's thinking we're working together on it, and we just need to make sure we had a field that we could play on. And we can't forecast. We can't predict what the weather will be tomorrow. So right now we need to play.
Number 23, Joey Martinez.
So we go to the bottom half of the second inning for the Newton Rebels. Due up is the right fielder, number 23, Joey Martinez.
Joey from Glendale, Arizona, 6 foot 195, a sophomore from Gateway Community College.
And Martinez comes in batting .286 as he's appeared in 28 ball games. Has been up the bat 91 times, has 26 hits, and has scored 17 runs. A breaking ball there by Bond is in there for call strike one. So the count is no balls, one strike now to Martinez, who's playing right field this evening for the Newton Rebels. Here's the pitch, another breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Martinez as the count goes no balls and two strikes. That was a great pitch there by Andrew Bond.
Yeah, that's nice.
As he took something off on that, and it broke right in there for the second strike. But Martinez was not able to get to it. There's another swing and a miss by Martinez as he goes down swinging for out number one here in the bottom half of the second inning. That is the first strikeout recorded by Andrew Bond.
And the thing is with Martinez, he's going to have to make some adjustments because he's going to be seeing those pitches in the next couple at-bats.
That's going to bring up the second baseman, number one, Andrew Brotman.
Brotman from Arkansas City, 6'1", 185. He is a junior from the University of New Orleans.
First pitch to Brotman is strike one. Brotman comes in batting .280 for the Rebels. Another breaking ball in there for call strike two. Looks like Andrew Brotman likes that breaking ball. That's basically all he's been throwing the Rebels here tonight. So no balls, two strikes now to Brotman. And there's another breaking ball. That one lifted into center field. The center fielder, Wallace, gets under it, makes the catch for out number two.
That's only 6 pitches right there. So Bond's doing a good job. Like I said, right there, he mixed it up with the off speed, and then he threw the fastball.
That brings up the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uchi. First pitch is a swing and a miss there by Uchi as the count goes no balls and one strike. Hibiki Uchi is from Kaminagawa,
Japan.
wait a minute. Let me try that one more time. Kaminagaya, Japan.
5'6", 170. He's a freshman from Skagit Valley College.
And the count goes no balls, two strikes. Should have just said he's from Japan.
That's what I say.
That one is fouled off there by Uchi. So the count stays at no balls and two strikes.
And we apologize to his parents that are right listening and watching. And
well, we hope they are anyway. It is Wednesday morning there in Japan.
You got it down now, Frank.
As it is about 11 o'clock, I believe.
We're very proud of him.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We're very proud of him. He's worked hard this summer.
There's a ball lifted into the right-hand side as it's fouled off by Uchi. The count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And what I like about him, one of the toughest guys to recruit as a college coach was guys with energy, and he definitely has some energy.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes now, and here's the pitch. Their fast swing ball by Uchi. Swing and a miss there for out number 3. That is the second strikeout recorded by Andrew Bond. And the bottom half of the second inning for the Newton Rebels. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 2 innings of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the top half of the third inning. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game, joined along by General Manager Mark Cavala. And over to our right is Grant Jones, the General Manager for the Haysville Aviators. We'll go to the top half of the third inning for the Haysville Aviators. Due up is the third baseman, number 24, Dylan Golden.
Especially Grant over here, he's general manager duties, checking everything out. Plus, he's also doing our point streak.
He's helping us out this evening as he's doing point streak for the Rebels and the Haysville Aviators. So we really do appreciate that. So Dylan Golan playing third base this evening is up here in the top half of the third inning as we have no scores so far. Ricky Hockett ready to go. Fastball misses high for ball one. So the count goes 1 ball, no strike now to Dylan Golden.
Yeah, and yesterday Dylan Golden was 0 for 3 in the first game. However, he had a couple of walks in the second.
Ball hit to the right-hand side. Andrew Brotman comes in at second base and underhands it to Andrews at first for out number 1. So a 4-3 put out for the first out, and that will bring up the right fielder number 6, Bailey Amble.
I was going to say Brownman, a quick study there because he said he's really never played second base, but he looked like he knew what he was doing.
Well, Andrew Brotman had to hustle knowing that that grass is awful thick in the infield, and he was able to get to it quickly and underhanded it to Andrews. First pitch there to Amble is high for ball 1. So the count goes 1 ball, no strikes. Amble comes in batting 192. Correction, 100, as he is 5 for 50. There's a swing and a miss there by Amble, but I believe he did have a hit last night.
Yeah, well, he had 2 hits. He came in the game, and he did a great job. And like I said, we talked about that. He has a nice, simple swing, made good contact.
Ball hit to the third baseman, Riley. Riley's not able to get to it as is in foul territory, I should say.
Like I said, he made some good adjustments, and the 2 good, nice base hits. I mean, that's it's what you want to do. Just keep improving during the summer, and he might have struggled a little, but during the season. But right now, it's how you finish.
And the count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Bailey Amble, as we have 1 down here in the top half of the third inning. That fastball missing outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Amble. And Ricky Hockett's pitch is coming up. That one missing high for ball 3. So we're going to have a full count now to Amble. Amble does have 2 RBIs so far here this season. Nobody on base here. That one hit hard to the third base side. That's going to be foul. As Nolan Riley moves to his right, is able to get to it, but it is in foul territory. And Amble's going to have to go get another bat, as now there is a broken bat for Amble.
Frank, I was just looking at our monitor there. I mean, you look at it, there's the blue sky breaking out, just like yesterday. It's been dark, and all of a sudden, I don't know. That's awesome. I mean, to see that blue sky again, because I haven't seen it a lot today.
We want to thank all those that are joining us. We have Grant Jones, Lois Barrow, and Christy Frazier. That ball lifted into right field. A right fielder making the catch for out number 2. Also, we have 24 other people that are watching. So we hope you enjoyed the telecast. That was Joey Martinez making the catch in right field, and that will bring up the shortstop, number 13, Chase Thinger. Here's Hockett's pitch. That one in there for call strike 1, as that one was tailing in towards Thinger.
Yeah, yesterday he was 0 for 2, I believe.
That one missing inside for ball 1.
And that was in the first game. Grant could probably correct me on that. I think he was 0 for 2 before Myers came in.
Here's the pitch. That one missing high for ball 2. 2-1 now the count to Chase Thinger, who's playing shortstop this evening for the Haysville Aviators, as there is 2 down here in the top half of the third inning with no score. Fastball is fouled off there by Thinger, back to the fence area. So the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
both pitchers setting a very good tone right now, coming right after guys. And
here's Hockett's pitch. That one staying up around the eye area. So the count will go full at 3-2 to Chase Thinger. That one lifted into center field. Center fielder Royal moving up, making the catch for out number 3. So the top half of the third inning for the Haysville Aviators. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 2.5, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. We have no score here between the Haysville Aviators and your Newton Rebels. Due up for the Newton Rebels will be the left fielder number 5, Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman now coming up for the Rebels. He'll be followed by Royal and Segrist.
Left fielder number 5,
Eshelman from Pretty Prairie, Kansas. 5'8", 165. He's a junior going to Dordt University, which is in Iowa.
And Eshelman comes in batting 195 as he's appeared in 18 ball games, has 8 hits at 41 at bat, also has scored 4 runs. So here's a Bond's pitch. That one is bunted foul by Eshelman.
And that's a very good thing by Eshelman. I like Eshelman. It's because he can play about any position out there too. He's very athletic, but he's always thinking about things like that. You know, that's something the coach doesn't have to tell you. You got the third baseman back, put the bunt down, especially when you're a lefty, and he's thinking about it.
And here's Bond's pitch. That was swing and a miss there by Eshelman as the count goes no balls and 2 strikes. Well, Eshelman tried to lay that bunt down because he saw that the third baseman, Dylan Golden, was playing back a little bit. As Eshelman tried to lay that bunt down, Golden has moved up now to the grass area, and that one is foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Matt Bond. So that is a strikeout for out number 1 here in the bottom half of the third inning. And that is the third strikeout recorded by Andrew Bond. That will bring up the center fielder number 10, Luke Royal.
And yesterday, Luke played the first game and actually had his first hit rebel for this year. Like I said, he's played the last couple years. Like I said, it's good to see him, and hopefully they can make an adjustment against Bond because Bond right now, he's definitely in command. He's got like 2-3 pitches working for him right now.
And why don't you give us a little bit of info about Royal there?
Yeah, Luke from Dodge City, Kansas, 5'11", 195. He is a sophomore from Centenary College. He was at Friends University for a couple years before that, before he transferred down to Centenary.
So Royal's swing and a miss there by Royal. Now they're going to say he is out. That must have been the third strike. I think Royal thought he didn't catch that, but the catcher ended up tagging him for out number 2. So that is the second strikeout in this inning, the fourth strikeout by Andrew Bond.
Yeah, that was pretty confusing right there.
That will bring up the shortstop number 2, Jack Segrist.
Oh, almost hit his head. Just
almost hit whose head?
Jack. Segrist, right by his head.
Count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Segrist.
he definitely turned out of the way, the right way.
That one fouled off to the right-hand side, and the count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike.
Seegers from Plano, Texas, 5'11", 183, a sophomore from Wichita State.
Count 1-1 now to Sigris with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. No score yet so far. Once again, we hope you're enjoying all the action here on Newton Rebels channel.
Seems to be
Not exactly sure what's going on with the home plate umpire now getting with the first base umpire.
Oh, it did. Yeah, right there.
Okay, looks like the foul ball hit a light pole and hit the light, and there's glass all over the place now on the first base side there by the dugout. So the umpires have called timeout, and we're going to see how they're going to clean this up.
Little delay there. We got the broom.
Looks like Patton is coming out to sweep that up for the Newton Rebels.
It's good. We didn't notice that. We didn't see it. I know, Grant, you were.
Once again, we have broken glass now on the field, so we're trying to get that picked up as that foul ball hit the one of the lights out there. Tommy Thrasher now coming out with a rake to try to help out with the picking up of all that glass.
Yeah, it looked like the fans were fine down there, which is good. Yeah, you just never know what you'll see at a baseball game sometime.
Well, after 26 years of doing this game, announcing games, it just seems like you always something that comes up that you never think you're going to ever see.
Yeah,
I remember an NBC World Series that I was announcing one time, and all of a sudden in the middle of the ball game we have cornstalk that starts falling out of the sky, and we're trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And so many corn stalks are falling onto the field that we have to call timeout and have the grounds crew come out and pick it up.
Corn stalks.
And I remember I get on the PA or the radio and I said, is there any way you guys can explain to me how corn stalks are falling onto the field? And I remember somebody saying, I think Frank's been drinking too much. He says, somebody better go check that out. So they went out to the field, and sure enough, we had cornstalk all over the field, and they brought a tractor thing out and loaded up all this cornstalk that was on the field. And somebody said, well, how in the heck did all this come out? We'll come out, find out the next day or so. They said that what had happened was there was a fire in Nebraska out in the field, and this cornstalk got up into the wind cycle and was falling all throughout the state of Kansas. And matter of fact, there was more cornstalk on the outside of the field of the stadium than there was inside the field. But that happened during one of the games here at the NBC World Series. So, like you say, you think you've seen it all, but you just stick around and you're going to see something else.
And we've been around a long time, so I mean, for us to keep seeing things that's what's neat about it. I keep hearing coaches or players even say, "Oh, I've been around. I know what I'm doing. It's not my first rodeo." But still, you see things like this, and we could sit around and talk about all the things that we've seen in our careers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure Grant can too. And there's things that you just wow.
Yeah, I tell these stories every once in a while of all the things that have happened in the NBC World Series, and somebody said, "You ought to write a book," and I said, "I'm not smart enough to write a book. I just remember certain things, But yeah, I remember being at the Lawrence Dumont Stadium there at the NBC World Series one night when all of a sudden the building starts swaying and moving. We were having an earthquake. That's the first time we ever had an earthquake in the NBC World Series, and that was
that's scary up there.
That was very spooky. Yeah, exactly right.
Especially an old building like that.
Like you say, you think you've seen it all, and then all of a sudden something comes up. We're about ready to play ball. We appreciate you all staying with us here as we have a foul ball that ran into the light pole and knocked the glass out. And the glass came down shattering into the fan area and then the first base dugout area. But looks like they got it all cleaned up and we're ready to play ball. So Jack Segrist is up with the count of 1 ball, 1 strike, and Andrew Braun is ready to go. As we are in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, that ball is fouled to the right-hand side. That's going to stay in play. Andrew Braun will take it unassisted at first base for the 3rd out.
Yeah, it was like kind of at the end of the bat, and Segrist thought it was going to go down the line. I mean, we all thought it was going to go to the line and go foul, but as soon as it hit right the line, it took a hop left right in fair territory.
Yeah, it took a funny bounce and went back into fair territory, and Andrew Baum was able to corral it and ran it out to first base for the 3rd out. So bottom half of the 3rd inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3 innings of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Due up for the Haysville Aviators will be the center fielder, number 1, Brady Wallace. He'll be followed by Lee and Larson. We have no score here in the top half of the 4th inning between the Haysville Aviators and your Newton Rebels.
Both pitchers got a little pitching duel.
Brady Wallace reached on a base on balls his first time up. And then he was hit into a double play as Cole Lee flew out, had a line shot to the first baseman, Lincoln Andrews. And Wallace was taken off on the pitch and was doubled up. That one lifted into left field. Left fielder Eshelman moved to his left, makes the catch for out number 1. That will bring up the designated hitter number 3, Cole Lee.
The designated hitter, number 3, Cole Lee.
And Cole Lee made that
that line drive
line drive, a double play there that I just described. And here's Ricky Hockett's pitch. That one breaking ball hanging upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 now the count to Cole Lee.
It reminds me of see a hitter hit a line drive. Through the years, I had players do that.
Fastball is lifted into left center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit for Cole Lee. He's rounding first base, but it's going to get stopped there as Eshelman hustled for that ball and threw it into Brotman at second base. So Cole Lee records his first hit of the ball game.
But hitters would say, Coach, what am I doing wrong? And you're not doing anything wrong. That's the baseball gods or whatever. But right there, you stick with it, and you're going to get hits. And that's what happened to Cole Lee right there with that line drive.
So Cole Lee records the first hit of the ball game for the Haysville Aviators and his first hit. That will bring up the first baseman, number 32, Jordan Larson. Larson grounded out to the shortstop as he made the 3rd out in the 1st inning. So runner on at first base with 1 down here in the top half of the 4th inning. And Cole Lee takes a couple steps like he's going to be going towards second, but doesn't go. So the first pitch is low for ball 1 from Ricky Hockett. This is a situation here where all the first couple weeks we kind of just let him go. And we'll see if Ricky Hockett keeps Cole Lee on at first base tightly or not. That one missing for ball 2. 2-0 now the count to Jordan Larson.
It's probably a good time. I mean, good time to send a guy just because you're trying to get something going right now. I used to do a lot of running hits, get the guy going and have the guy swing if it's a strike.
There he goes, swinging it. That is fouled off there by Larson. Exactly what we were talking about. Hockett never looked at first base, and Cole Lee took off on the pitch, but it was fouled off there by Jordan Larson. So Lee will head back to first base, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, and he might have had something going on there, but the thing is, if Larson could have just missed the ball, it would have been a stolen base. Protected him.
We'll see if Hockett steps off this time. He doesn't. The fastball missing outside. So the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Jordan Larson, who's playing first base this evening for the Haysville Aviators. Comes in batting .238.
He's got some pop,
There's
too.
a throw over to first base, and in safely is Lee. He has had 26 hits at 109 at bat. He does have 4 home runs and 12 RBIs.
You hit 4 home runs with Wood.
That one lifted into center field. Royal. Whoa, looks like Eshelman stepped right in front of him to make the catch for out number 2. Luke Royal was getting right under it, and then Eshelman just stepped in front of him.
Well, right there, we don't know what's going on because Eshelman, you go after the ball until somebody tells you it's mine. And the center fielder has priority over everybody on the field.
Exactly right.
So right there you have the center fielder, and I don't know if Luke said anything or maybe they said it at the same time or whatever, but it was caught, and that's what we're happy about, Frank.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because they could have very easily collided there and would have been safe. Fastball missing inside for ball 1 to number 23, Romy Martinez, who's playing second base this evening. He flew out to center field his first time up. And Martinez had a home run yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, he had a home run and a single.
That one missing high for ball 2. 2-0 now the count to Romy Martinez.
And he's one of those guys, he might, you never know when he can do something. And I'm sure, I know he's one of Grant's favorite players on the team, and he enjoys watching him. I enjoyed watching him in that All-Star game Saturday.
Well, that home run that he hit yesterday is the only home run that he has hit all season long. He does have 4 RBIs. He comes in batting .227 as he's been at the plate 79 times and has 18 hits. 3-0 now the count to Romy Martinez as Cole Lee standing at first base with 2 down here in the top half of the 4th inning. Breaking ball into the ground. That one's going to be ball 4. So on 4 pitches, Romy Martinez will take his base, and that will send Cole Lee to second base. And that'll bring up the left fielder, number 14, Keaton Kander. And now Hibiki Uchi goes out to talk to Ricky Hockett.
Well, I think they're trying to get on the same page. I think one thing, you got to change your signs and all that, but also they need to be in the same page because Ricky's one that went out to say, hey, come on out here, let's talk. And a lot of times the catcher will just go out there, call timeout, just get on the same page.
And Ricky Hockett ready to go, and Keaton Kander is the batter. And here's the pitch. Ball hit hard into the foul territory. Keaton Kander was waiting on that fastball as he turned on it, but it went foul. So the count is no balls, 1 strike.
Well, I noticed Uchi's been calling a lot of off speed that first pitch, getting him off, trying to keep him off balance.
Here's Hockett's pitch. Breaking ball. That one hit to the third base side, and that's going to be foul as Nolan Riley went to his right side and but it was in foul territory. So the count goes no balls, 2 strikes now to Keaton Kander. We have Lee at second base, Martinez on at first, and 2 down. And here's Hockett's pitch. That one is fouled off right back behind the press box.
That foul ball to the front gate for some free candy.
So the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Kander grounded out to the third baseman in the second inning. As he made the second out. That one lifted into right field. Joey Martinez backing up now coming forward, making the catch for out number 3. So fly out to right field for the third out. The top half of the fourth inning for the Haysville Aviators. They scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. That one missing inside for ball 1.
Yeah, I don't know how he got out of the way on that one.
Is Andrew Braun.
Yesterday, Nolan Riley walked 4 times in the game, had a chance to go 5, and I was saying that has to be a record, a Rebel record.
And here's the pitch. That one hitting the outside corner as the count goes down to 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I was going to call Carl Hodges, who's started this program back in 2000, and ask him what he thought the record was.
Breaking ball, that one hit by Riley into left field. That may be gone. It is foul. That is foul. So the count will go down to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Nolan Riley really turned on that quickly.
I was waiting to do that Carlton Fisk type thing and start waving it, but start waving,
Nolan Riley has 1 home run so far this season. That one lifted into the infield. It's going to be in the foul territory. Moving over is the third baseman Golden, making the catch for out number 1.
He's right in front of Coach Clark right there.
First baseman, number 21, Lincoln.
That will bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews.
Lincoln Andrews, we should find out too on that speaking of Carl Hodges, the MVP award, and he's definitely a candidate.
Yeah, we'll find out on Wednesday or Thursday whenever we have our last game. That first pitch there by Andrew Bond is ball 1. So the count goes 1 ball, no strike now to Lincoln Andrews. Andrews comes in batting .290. That one lifted into a left center field. That's going to be in for a base hit as the left fielder. Lincoln Andrews hustling for 2 now as he is in safely with a double. That is his second double of the ball game.
And right there, Frank, he didn't try to do too much. He just went with the pitch. And they pitch him away, he'll take it that way. You come inside, he'll take it where. So, Lincoln Andrews is very impressive for a young man who's 19 years old.
Well, I always taught my kids, and that's one thing that Lincoln Andrews did right there. I always asked him, how do you make a double? And that is not running from first to second, but how fast you run from home to first.
Yep.
And Lincoln Andrews did exactly that, and he took off and never stopped and is in safely now with his second double. That brings up the Enzo the Boom Bonventry. He grounds out to the shortstop, Thanger. Thanger goes to Larson at first base for out number 2 as Bonventry was swinging at that first pitch, and a 6-3 put out for the second out. And we'll bring up the right fielder, number 23, Joey Martinez.
It's going to be interesting to see how Martinez does right now, because he had 3 straight pitches where sliders away, just sliders, and he swung right through them. So we'll see what happens, what kind of adjustments that he does make.
So Lincoln Andrews is on now at second base with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. We have no score here in the ball game. Hope you're enjoying the telecast. And here's Bond's pitch. Breaking ball is fouled off there by Martinez as the count goes 0 strike.
And I always used to tell my pitchers, if a guy's looking bad swinging, just keep going until he proves that he can do. He makes an adjustment. And I'm seeing Bond right now. He's probably going to be doing the same kind of pitches. They remember that, the catcher, and especially they know each other pretty well. What'd you say, Grant? Oh, yeah. Brothers.
Count is 0 strike now to Joey Martinez, and Andrew Bond ready to go. And here's the pitch. Fastball just misses outside, so that will even up the count now at 1 strike.
So if I'm Martinez, I'm looking for something that I could take to right field. Just go with it. You got a big hole there between first and second. For right center, it's a big hole. Just go with it.
Andrew Bond ready to go. Fastball missing low for ball 3. Or is that 2? Sorry. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike now to Martinez. Here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Andrews on at second base and 2 outs. That one hits the inside corner, and that will take the count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, fans need to let you know that the Newton Rebels only have 1 game left here this season. Not sure if it'll be tomorrow night or on Thursday.
Kansas.
Ball is lifted foul. So the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
One thing I do want to ask all the fans out there and let us know, what's your most memorable moment this year in 2020, summer 2020 Rebels baseball? I'd like to hear that.
Well, maybe they can put it here on YouTube.
Yeah.
If they're listening in.
Facebook or whatever. We'd like to see some of the memories. Because Frank and I, we have ours we talk about.
Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Joey Martinez. And Andrew Bond ready to go. Looking back at second base. That one just misses outside as the count goes full now at 3-2.
That's an excellent pitch right there. I mean, it's a good pitch. You
could
but guess what? Martinez adjusted right there. He laid off of it. And
you couldn't ask for a better pitch there by Andrew Bond as he was trying to get Martinez to chase one and just missed the outside corner. And here's the pitch. Fastball swing and a miss there by Martinez as he goes down for out number 3. And that is the second strikeout by Martinez here in the ball game. That is the 5th strikeout recorded by Andrew Bond. So the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 4 innings of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined by Mark Cavala, our general manager, and Grant Jones, general manager for the Haysville Aviators, as we go to the top half of the 5th inning.
Get some airtime.
For the Aviators will be the catcher number 28, Matt Bond. And Ricky Hockett ready to work his 5th inning of work. So far, Hockett has gone 4 innings, has given up 2 hits, no base on balls, 5 strikeouts, and he has faced, wait, I'm giving you Bond's numbers here.
Yeah.
I thought I clicked the Rebels here. Let me try that again. For Hockett, he has gone 4 innings, given up 1 hit, 2 base on balls, and has faced 14 batters. Sorry about that. I thought I had clicked the button over there for Hockett. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Matt Bond here in the top half of the 5th inning. That one is lifted foul. Lincoln Andrews moving to his left, not going to be able to get to it. And the count will go now to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Frank, this is a very interesting game. All the games 0-0. When was the last time we were 0-0 going into the 5th?
Well, it's been a while.
It has been a while. So it's a pitching duel. And only 3 hits.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch. That one fouled off to the third base side. That's going to be out of play. So the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But that's baseball. Every game could be different. I've had where we scored 14, 15 runs, and then the next game in a doubleheader, we 0. So that's just baseball. Unfortunately, that's how it is.
And Ricky Hockett ready to go. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Matt Bond as he goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the top half of the 5th inning. And I believe that is only the first strikeout recorded by Ricky Hockett.
Number 7, Seth Stevens.
That's going to bring up
Number 7.
Seth Stevens, he's playing second. Second baseman, number 7, Seth Stevens.
it's going to bring up the second baseman, number 7, Seth Stevens.
Got a lot of changes going on here, but we'll catch up with it thanks to Grant here.
Yeah, just asked you for a roster. Sorry. That's funny.
Was that a base hit?
No, Luke
Nope.
Royal.
Okay,
Fly
Luke
ball,
Royal making the
F8.
catch out in center field. Sorry about that. I was writing down Mr. Stevens' name. So we have 2 down now here in the top half of the 5th inning.
For the Aviators, the right fielder.
That'll bring up the right fielder, number 6, Bailey Amble.
Just pulling up the roster on the phone too, and I came up.
Swing and a miss there by Amble as the count goes no balls and 1 strike. 2 down here in the top half of the 5th inning with no score so far between the Haysville Aviators and your Newton Rebels. That one lifted to the left-hand side there. It's going to be out in left field. Left fielder Eshelman makes the catch for out number 3. So a fly out there to Eshelman for the third out. So the top half of the 5th inning for the Haysville Aviators, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 4 1/2, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. We have no score here in the ball game so far. Due up for the Newton Rebels, we'll have the second baseman, number 1, Andrew Buttman. He'll be followed by Uchi and Eshelman.
Number 1, Andrew Buttman.
Did you get caught up there, Frank, with all the position changes
Yes,
by
I
the
sure
Aviators?
did. We have position changes for the Aviators. Now playing second base is Seth Stevens. Moving over to shortstop was Romy Martinez, and over to third base is Chase Thinger. That one lifted by Brotman. Brotman's going to be in for a base hit, as that's hit into left center field. And Brotman took a pretty good
he has a good approach right there. First pitch right there, fastball.
With that one.
Now it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Clark does right now.
It's going to bring up the catcher number 15, Hibiki Uchi. And Brotman records his first hit of the ball game, and that is only the third hit for the Newton Rebels here tonight. Andrew Bond is pitching a good game here for the Haysville Aviators, along with Ricky Huckett for the Newton Rebels. So here's Bond's. That one bunted there by Uchi. The Bond goes to second base, as covering was Martinez. So it's a force out at second, and Uchi reaches on a fielder's choice.
And what Bond did right there, he was under control. He didn't rush or anything like that. And he was in that thick grass, and went in and grabbed the ball and made a perfect throw right to second. He stayed under control.
It's going to bring up the left fielder number 5, Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman batting left-handed. As we have one down now, we have Uchi on at first base. Yeah, nice place there by Bond. That one misses outside for ball one. Like you say, he really set his feet really well when he made that throw. And he threw it right at the bag with Martinez covering.
That's what you show pitchers if you had a video, to show that and say, here's how you stay under control, don't rush.
So 1 ball, no strike now to Eshelman. That one missing high, and for ball 2. 2-0 now the count, with the runner on at first base and 1 down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. That one missing outside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes now to Aaron Eshelman, who's playing left field here this evening for the Newton Rebels.
Yeah, he's definitely a very good utility guy. He's kind of guy on my teams. I'd love to have guys like that because they can play different positions and whatever you need, Coach.
That one in there for call strike 1, so the count will go now to 3-1.
Because I thought he played a pretty good shortstop when he was playing those few games for us, too. He did a great job. He played third, second, played first. I think he's played about every position.
So 3-1 now the count to Eshelman. And Bond ready to go. Goes over to first base. Uchi in safely. As the ball comes out of the glove there of first baseman Larson. So 3-1 count now to Eshelman. 1 down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Clean ball game so far here, Carv.
Yeah.
And here's the pitch. That breaking ball misses outside for ball 4. So Aaron Eshelman will be on with a base on balls. And Hibiki Uchi moves over to second base. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 10, Luke Royal.
Here he is right now. Bond has, 56 pitches. And Hockett has 58. So they're, very in the fifth inning. So anyway, they're being efficient. It's definitely a pitcher's duel.
Bond ready to go here as Luke Royal's in the box. That one hits Royal. So the bases will be loaded now, and his Hibiki Uchi moves to third base. Eshelman will move to second, and Luke Royal will be on as a hit batsman here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And that will bring up the shortstop, number 2, Jack Sigris.
I was trying to look in the bullpen. I can't see with that tree right there.
I don't see anybody up there.
We might have to trim that next year, Frank, or
Here
something.
comes the coach for the Aviators coming out to talk to Andrew Bond. And as I was saying, he's basically pitched a pretty clean game here for Haysville.
Well, you look at it, if you're an Aviator, you're just looking for a double play, a ground ball, you can get out of this inning, too. So,
well, Bond now has pitched 4 1/3 innings, has given up 3 hits, 1 base on balls, 5 strikeouts, as he has faced 18 batters.
No, he's done a great job.
And we're about ready to go as Jack Segrist will be stepping into the box with the bases loaded and no out and one out here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. No score so far here in the ball game. Infield playing at a normal depth here. And here's the pitch to Segrist, and breaking ball in there for call strike one. So no balls, one strike now to Segrist. Segrist looking for his first hit of the ball game as he grounded out to the first baseman unassisted and then grounded out to the pitcher unassisted. That one ball hit to the right-hand side. That's going to be foul as the count goes to no balls and two strikes. Segrist was trying to go with the pitch.
Right,
that
he's
time.
trying to go with the pitch, and now how quick, two strikes, and now he's got to be more defensive. You know, I was thinking earlier, just get a good pitch that you could drive to get that run in, that first run of the game.
Well, as many breaking balls as Andrew Bond has thrown here tonight, look for something outside. Try to get
and Segrist will go that way. I mean, like
Yeah.
I said, Segrist one of the 3 or 4 guys on the Rebels that we've seen that will take that outside pitch.
And here's the pitch. Breaking ball missing outside for ball one. Just as I predicted. Just had a feeling that's what he was going to be going
Yep.
with. That was more like a slider than
Yeah, I
it
think
was
it's
anything.
more of a slider action, what I'm seeing.
So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Segrist. And here's Bond's pitch. Fastball missing outside. It kind of had a little break to it, though. And the count will even up now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now the count to Jack Segrist. Base is loaded with 1 down here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. And here's the pitch. That one hit to the in between the gap between third and short. 1 run will score as Uchi comes in to score. And here comes the second run. Aaron Eshelman sliding in safely into third base is Luke Royal. And now moving over to second base on a base hit there as the ball was thrown to third base is Jack Segrist. So Segrist has a base hit, his first hit of the game, and 2 RBIs. That will bring up the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley.
You know, you look at Segrist, he was 1 for 9 yesterday in the doubleheader, and he was 0 for 2 today. And then he comes up with that big hit, and that's, like I said, that's the kind of guy he is. And he comes up when you need it, and he's been doing that all summer.
So Nolan Riley, now the infield's coming in as there's runners now at second and third and 1 down. So the infield's trying to minimize the damage here. And the first pitch to Riley is in there for call strike one. So the count, no balls, 1 strike now to Riley. The score is 2-0 now in favor of the Newton Rebels here in the bottom half of the fifth inning.
Riley's got to look for something that he can drive.
And here's the pitch. That one missing low for ball one.
And the thing was with Bond, he has that action, that downward action when he throws, and it's going to be tough to lift the ball.
Count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Nolan Riley. And here's Bond's pitch. Ball hit back to Bond. And he's has only 1 play, and that is at first base as he looks Luke Royal back to third base and goes to first for out number 2. So a 1-3 put out for the second out. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews.
It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with Lincoln right now here.
Andrews has 2 hits here tonight. The intentional walk, I was going to say, he's probably going to get an intentional walk.
That's
as
smart.
he has 2 doubles so far. So Andrews will be headed to first base. That will load the bases up for designated hitter number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry.
Yeah, you got to look at Lincoln Andrews, one of the league's hottest hitters right now, probably the last 2 or 3 weeks, and that's a smart move. And then just a short throw, whatever if it's a force out.
That one hit hard into left center field. The left fielder, Kander, moving to his left, but Wallace moves to his right and makes the catch for out number 3. So Bonventry just got under that one and flew out to the center fielder for the third out. But not before the Newton Rebels. They scored 2 runs, and I had 1 hit, no errors. Correction, I had 2 hits.
2 hits. Yeah.
Yep, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. At the end of 5 innings of play, the score, the Newton Rebels 2 and the Haysville Aviators 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the sixth inning. Due up for the Haysville Aviators will be the third baseman, number 13, Chase Thinger.
Now batting for the Aviators.
Well, Captain Jack Sigris with a big hit there, Frank. I mean, that's one of the big hits we've been waiting on. And I knew he was, like I said, he might be, 0 for 10, whatever he was, but that's what I'm going to remember right now, especially in a game like this, getting the first runs on the board.
So Wallace is on deck and Lee in the hole as we go to the top half sixth inning. The score 2-0 in favor of Newton. That first pitch there by Ricky Hockett in there for call strike one. Ricky Hockett has done a great job here tonight as he's only given up one hit here so far in the ball game. That one in there for call strike two. Right across the knees on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes now to Thinger. And that last hit that he did give up was in the fourth inning. That one fouled off to the right-hand side, going to be out of play as the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes.
And he's throwing. He's hitting Uchi's glove right there. Just that I'd like to see him set out a little farther on that.
And there's Uchi moving outside. There's a fastball that's going to be hit to the Brotman at second base on a line shot for out number 1 as Brotman made that catch. And we have 1 down. That will bring up the center fielder, number 1, Brady Wallace. Wallace is looking for his first hit of the game. He reached on a base on balls his first time, and then he flew out to left field in the fourth inning. Here's Hockett's pitch. Breaking ball in there for call strike one. Nice pitch there by Ricky Hockett.
And I can see why coach of the Aviators moved Brady Wallace up there. He was on base 5 times in the doubleheader yesterday.
Here's another breaking ball in there for call strike two, right across the letters. So the count goes no balls, 2 strikes now to Brady Wallace. 1 down here in the top half of the sixth. And here's Hockett's pitch. That one lifted into the left-hand side. Third baseman Riley moving to the fence area, but it is going to be out of play. So the count stays at no balls, 2 strikes.
And you look at 0-2. I mean, the last time was a line drive to Brotman. It was a good 0-2 pitch. I mean, it was an 0-2 pitch. I don't know if it was good because it was a line drive. I think sometimes 0-2, you need to work it a little. You need to maybe take some away, almost in the other zone.
Here's another breaking ball. That one fouled off back behind the right into the stands.
Because I think a pitcher needs to think like a hitter. You know, he needs to figure he's got 0-2, he's going to be defensive. Don't give him anything too good, too close.
So the count, no balls, 2 strikes now to Wallace. And here's the pitch. There's a fastball just missing inside as the count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I mean, it's a good pitch right there inside like that. Sometimes you get him swinging, and then he can come back to his other pitch that he wants to go to.
That one fouled off there by Brady Wallace. But Wallace did a good job that time as that was breaking outside, and he just kind of stuck the bat out and turned it over, was able to foul it off to the third base side.
Well, it's that survival, the battle mode that we always talk about. And when you get 2 strikes, and like I said yesterday, 67% of the time you're going to have 2 strikes.
A fastball just missing inside for ball 2. Ricky Hockett thought he had that inside corner once again, but umpire did not call it, so the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he did motion that it was too far inside. Here's the pitch. Now breaking ball up high for ball 3. So that will take the count to full now at 3-2.
No, he's had a heck of an at-bat right here. Just balance starting out 0-2.
And here's Hockett's pitch. Fastball hit to the third base, but that's going to be fair as Nolan Riley was trying to get that. And then there goes Wallace to second base. He's going to be standing up for a double by Brady Wallace as Wallace records the second hit for the Haysville Aviators here in the ball game. A hard hit line shot there past Nolan Riley at third base.
And that was a great at-bat. I mean, you start 0-2, then you battle back and get a 3-2 count, and then you end up with a double.
That's going to bring up the designated hitter number 3, Cole Lee.
Because you're against all odds on that.
That ball gets away from Uchi, but Uchi's able to corral it, and Wallace not able to advance. Yeah, you're right. That was a great at-bat there by Brady Wallace, and ends up with a double. And here's Ricky Hockett's pitch. Breaking ball in there for call strike one, as that takes the count now to 1 ball and 1 strike.
And he used up, about 11 pitches of his pitch count right there just on Wallace.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss there, fouled off apparently there by Cole Lee, as that ended up in the ground. I thought that was in the glove of Hibiki Uchi, but I happened to notice the ball on the ground. We have our windows down so we can't hear when that hits the bat. Count is 1-1. Or correction. Should be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now it is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Cole Lee. With a runner on at second base and 1 down. Here in the top half of the 6th inning. That ball hit to the third baseman, Nolan Riley. Goes to first for out number 2. And on that play, Brady Wallace advances to third base. So Cole Lee did his job by advancing the runner over.
Number 32, Jordan Larson.
Oh, he stayed on second?
Stayed in second.
I thought
Yeah.
he went to third base on that. That might have been.
Oh, you saw Jack.
I saw the shortstop, Jack
Sigris.
Sigris, going over the third base. Okay. So we have a 5-3 put out for the second out. And I take back that I said about Wallace. I saw somebody hitting to third base, and I thought that was the runner, but that was Sigris, the shortstop, moving over to third base to cover third. So great job there by Jack Sigris. Not only did he cover third base, but he fooled me.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's between third base and shortstop, you always cross over, whatever, you change.
I thought it was the runner as well, Frank.
Yeah. Well, they're wearing the same color
That
uniform.
one missing
So-
high for ball 1. So the count will go 1 ball, 1 strike now to first baseman number 32, Jordan Larson.
Not exact. It's dark. I'll say that one's black, one's navy. Am I right? Okay, I want to make sure I'm not colorblind, but I see what you're saying, Frank.
Here's Hockett's pitch. That one hit to the third baseman. Nolan Riley comes up and fires to first. And nice catch here by Lincoln Andrews, as that is the third out. A 5-3 put out for the third out. And the top half of the 6th inning for the Haysville Aviators. They scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 5.5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 2 and the Haysville Aviators 0. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The score is the Newton Rebels 2 and the Haysville Aviators 0. Coming in for his 6th inning of work is number 2, Andrew Bond for the Haysville Aviators. Due up for the Newton Rebels will be the right fielder, number 23, Joey Martinez.
Yeah, Frank, I was talking to Grant prior to when we were right the first of the game, and we were talking about it. It's too bad we used to have a postseason tournament, for everybody, whoever wanted to be in it. And especially, I'm watching our guys that are coming together. Zach Bravo, when Ricky Hockett was walking off, he came over there, gave him the fist bump, whatever. But the guys come together. It's, because especially this year, I felt they needed something like that more than anything.
Yeah, it is too bad, unfortunately, but the bracket has been set for the NBC World Series. The first pitch there by Bond is called strike 1, right across the knees of Martinez. Martinez looking for his first hit here tonight, as he has struck out twice, struck out in the 2nd inning and struck out in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. That one hit right back up the middle by Martinez as he just as I rang the bell,
Yeah.
he answers the bell by getting a base hit into center field. So he records his first hit of the ball game.
And like we talked about yesterday, Martinez, when he's on, he takes the ball right up the middle just like that. He does a great job.
That's going to bring up the second baseman, number 1, Andrew Brotman. And we were saying earlier how he has one home run. That was that walk-off home run against Cheney, as they ended up winning. I believe it was 6-5. I believe.
Yeah, I'm thinking he has 2 because I think he made like first game of the year or something like that. Right there. But that was a big one. That was his biggest one right there.
Well, he's only got credit for 1. I'm not sure if I remember 2 or not.
Yeah, very first game. There was the one just left to center.
Yeah, I remember that one. I thought I remember that one.
That wasn't an exhibition.
But that was
it's a blur.
a non-conference game, wasn't it? Or was that the first conference game? There's a fouled off there by Brutman.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
Well,
that was against
Bob Brotman should be able to know that. We do
Yeah.
know that he
Yeah,
has that
Bob, can
walk-off
you help-
home run by against Cheney.
Yeah, and tell us, and Bob, that's one of the great memories we have. Like I said, we're asking people, fans, and what the biggest memory of the 2020 Rebels season.
And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there by Brotman as he goes down swinging for out number 1. And that is I believe the 6th strikeout recorded by Andrew Bond. It's going to bring up the catcher number 15, Hibiki Uchi.
Uchi's been hitting pretty well lately.
Here's a pitch of swing and a miss there by Hibiki Uchi as the count goes 0 balls, 1 strike. He reached on a fielder's choice and scored the first run of the ball game on that single there by Segras. As he recorded 2 RBIs, he scored Uchi and Eshelman. Martinez on at first base. There's the throw over to first base, and Martinez in safely. As we are in the bottom half of the 6th inning, the score 2-0 in favor of the Newton Rebels. Hibiki Uchi up, and here's Bond's pitch. That one missing low for ball 1. That will even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that's Bond's 70th pitch of the game.
Bond taking a good look over at first base to Martinez. A breaking ball, swing and a miss. There's a throw down to first base, but in safely is Martinez. Good throw there by Matt Bond to Larson, but not able to get him.
I like that. Bond to Bond.
So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Hibiki Uchi. That one fouled off by Uchi. The count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Frank, pretty good crowd for a game we just threw together again.
Well, it was a very good crowd due to the fact that we didn't even know we were going to be playing here today. And the word got out on Facebook that they decided to play a game due to the fact that we may have rain tomorrow. And we did have rain last night. There's a ball hit to the second baseman, Stevens. Stevens goes to Martinez at short and then over to first base to Larson for the double play. So a 4-6, 4-6-3 put out for the double play, and that is it for the Rebels here in the bottom half of the 6th inning as they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 6 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 2 and the Haysville Aviators 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined by Mark Cavala, our general manager here for the Newton Rebels.
Look at this guy
and
right
then we
here.
have Grant Jones, who's doing point streak here tonight. He's from the Haysville Aviators. He is the general manager for the Aviators. And we go to the top half of the 7th inning. And I will make sure we're going to take you out to the field as we go to the top half of the 7th. And Ricky Hockett has pitched 6 innings, has given up 2 hits, 2 base on balls, has 1 strikeout as he has faced 21 batters. Due up for the Haysville Aviators will be the shortstop, number 23, Romy Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 1 here tonight as he flew out to center field his first time up. That first pitch is ball 1 as it was high. And then he reached on a base on balls and was left stranded at first base in the 4th inning. That one lifted foul right over our heads as the count will go down to 1 ball and 1 strike. So Romy Martinez, who moved over from second base to shortstop. That one missing high by Hockett. Count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. So he's looking for his first hit here tonight. And here's Hockett's pitch, a breaking ball. Great pitch there by Hockett. Just missing the corner as the count goes 3-1. That's ball lifted into left center field. That's going to be over for a home run by Romy Martinez, as that takes the score to 2-1, and that is Romy Martinez's second home run of the season and the second one against the Newton Rebels, as he had a home run yesterday.
Like I said, what I said earlier, I said he's the type of guy that can, he can bite you right there, and he definitely did.
Well, Hockett left that one up in the strike zone, and Romy Martinez made him pay for it as the score now goes 2 for the Rebels and 1 for Haysville. That will bring up the left fielder, number 14, Keaton Candor. Also was the 5th RBI by Martinez. That one missing high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now to Candor.
Wow. Yeah, Grant just showed us a little score here right there. The Monarchs and the Seeds are 4-4 right now.
In what inning, do you know?
13th.
13th.
The 13th inning, a doubleheader out at X Stadium as the Sunflower Collegiate League showcase at the Eck. The first game between the Hutchinson Monarchs and the Sunflower Seeds is 4-4 in the 13th inning. It's going to be a long night there for the those guys working there. That one missing for ball 3, it looks like. So the count goes full now to Keaton Candor. Yeah, in that ball game, Hutchinson took a 3-0 lead in the first inning. That one fouled off there by Candor, so the count stays at full at 3-2.
Looks like the Seeds. Looks like they might have won that right there. In the bottom of the 13th.
Looks like they did. They just scored a run there in the bottom half of the 13th inning. And the final score is 5-3. Seattle, the Sunflower Seeds over the Hutchinson Monarchs. Hutchinson already qualified for the NBC World Series. There's a base hit by Keaton Candor as that goes into left field. And that is the 4th hit given up by Ricky Hockett. That's the 2nd hit here in this inning.
Now batting for the Aviators.
That will bring up the catcher, number 28, Matt Bond.
It's like Coach Jett's going to go out there and have a little talk with them. And
Jack Brockbrader, the pitching coach for the Newton Rebels, goes out to talk to Ricky Hockett, as he does have 85 pitches here so far in the ball game.
I'm trying to see who they have in the bullpen right now. I didn't Definitely looks like some action going on.
Congratulations goes to the Sunflower Seeds as they defeat the Hutchinson Monarchs 5-4 in that ball game. Like I said, Hutchinson took a 3-0 lead in the first inning. The Sunflower came back and scored 1 run in the bottom half of the second to make it 3-1. And then Hutchinson scored a run in the fourth inning to make it 4-1. And it stayed that way until the sixth inning when Sunflower scored 1 run to make it 4-2. And then Sunflower scored in the bottom half of the eighth and the bottom half of the ninth to take it into extra innings. And then here in the bottom half of the 13th, the Sunflower Seeds scored a run to win 5-4 in the first game at the showcase at the Eck.
Just shows anybody can beat anybody in this league. So it's just it's baseball, and you just never know, especially a game like that. My gosh.
Score is 2-1 here in Newton in favor of the Newton Rebels. Up is Matt Bond, the catcher. He tries to lay down a bunt and misses. And nice job there by Hibiki Uchi hanging on to the ball. As the count goes, no balls, 1 strike now to Matt Bond. There is on a runner on at first base is Cantor as he just reached on a base hit as he hit one into left field. No outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. Now squaring once again is Matt Bond. Everybody moves to their position, and there's going to be a timeout. As the umpire calls time, everybody heads back to their positions. Coming in hard from third base is Riley. There's a bunt. That's going to be fouled off back to the fence area, and the count goes no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and it's all about execution in these close games like that. That makes a difference.
We'll see if Coach has enough faith on for Bond to lay in that bunt down with 2 strikes, as they need to get that runner over to get him in scoring position here in the top half of the 7th inning. And here's a pitch by Hockett. That one hit to the right-hand side. A double play depth as Botman goes to Segrist, and Segrist over to Andrews for out number 2. So a double play there, a 4-6, 4-6-3 double play, and now we have 2 down here in the top half of the 7th inning.
Botman, he did a good job right there. It's the first time we've seen that double play combo right now, and they're looking good. They're looking comfortable together.
Well, Brotman really set his feet well. He kind of squared up to the second base and threw a strike there as Segrist was coming right across second base. And then Segrist threw over to first to Andrews for the double play. That will bring up the second baseman, number 7, Seth Stevens. Stevens hits one into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit as Stevens records his first hit of the ball game.
And one of the things that we were talking about, when a pitcher starts getting tired, fastballs getting up, and like you brought it up on the home run, right there, that first pitch was up there. It was above the belt, and Stevens just a nice base hit.
That will bring up the right fielder, number 6, Bailey Ample. Ample did the same thing last night as he had 2 nice hits there for the Haysville Aviators. That one missing high for ball 1. The count goes 1 ball, no strikes now to Bailey Ample, who is playing right field this evening for the Aviators.
Like I said, I haven't seen Ample all over the summer, but what I saw yesterday, I thought that he was under control, good approach. And he didn't overswing. You know, when those hits that he had, just nice little base hits.
That one missing inside for ball 2 as the ball got away from Uchi, but not far enough for Stevens to advance. So the count is 2 balls, no strikes now to Bailey Ample with 2 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. The score 2-1 in favor of your Newton Rebels.
You see everything's
that one
up.
Missing high and inside for ball 3. Yeah, with 90 pitches now for Ricky Hockett this week. This could be the last inning that you see of him. That one in there for call strike 1. So the count goes 3 balls, 1 strike.
And right there, he's more downhill, and everything was just working right there.
So Ricky Hockett ready to go to work here. That one is fouled off there by Ample, as that one went back and hit Hibiki Uchi, and then went to the third base dugout area. And as good umpires normally do, he walks out and throws the ball to the pitcher, gives Uchi, the catcher, a chance to catch his breath. He dusts off that home plate just to give him a little bit more time, and we're ready to go. It is a full count with 2 down. Taking off from first base will be Stevens. He'll be heading to second on the pitch. Here it is. That one is lifted to the right-hand side. That may fall in. It does fall in front of Martinez. Martinez gets it in quickly, and staying at third base will be Seth Stevens. So a base hit there by Bailey Ample as he just stuck his bat out and was able to get a base hit right down the right field line. Stevens is now at third base. Ample on at first, and that will bring up the third baseman, number 13, Chase Thinger. So Ample did his job as he moved Stevens closer to scoring a run for the Haysville Aviators. They are down 2-1. That one missing outside for ball 1. Ricky Hockett really looking at that one. Thought he might have a strike on the outside corner, but the home plate umpire motions that it was outside. The count is 1 ball, no strikes. There's a ball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop will go to Brotman at second base for the force out. So a 6-4 put out. So the top half of the 7th inning for the Haysville Aviators. They score 1 run on that home run by Romy Martinez on 4 hits. No errors and 2 left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 2 and the Haysville Aviators 1, and we'll be right back.